Hey, this is Matt from InvestiQuant. Today is Friday, May 8th, 2020, and today is the Non-Farm Payrolls employment report, and I'm going to look at that today, and I'm going to look at it in a couple different scenarios, just because some of the samples are a little bit light in the initial version I was going to show. So let me set this up. We have not had the release come out yet at the time of this recording. However, we are trading up a good amount right now. So even if there's a poor response to the report, the market's going to have to drop about 25 points to get back to prior day close. So I'm guessing the odds favor a gap up still at this point. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to show you. So I've selected gap up here at the open. Indicators, I'm going to start with below a 200, but I'm also going to show you just the entire sample size in this one as well. And then I'm going to go to market events, and we're going to be looking at the non-farm payrolls report day. So I'm going to hit equals here, and we will be looking at gapping up on non-farm payrolls report day when below a 200. And you can see, looking at the equity curves is pretty obvious, but the win rates as well. Typically under the 200, when you get the gap up, these win rates are pretty poor. But what kind of stood out to me when I was looking at this just prior to recording was we really don't have a whole lot of samples of this in the current environment. The last time that this happened in the ES was about 18 months ago. So this is not something that happens often. And because of that, I want to show you just the overall bias as well, so you can keep that in mind. So even though this is coming in very, very weak on the 20, 25, even 35 samples over here, so that sample size isn't that bad. But ES 24 samples here, 29%. When below the 200 and gapping up on NFP report day. So let me come in here and just X out of this 200-day moving average, just get rid of that and run it again. That way you can see some of the more recent results. And when I do that, I just kind of want to point out, you can kind of see the equity curves in the recent environment are pointing up. So they're not as bearish here recently as what that overall bias under the 200 is saying. If you look at the last year, in fact, we've had 6 up gaps on NFP report day, and 83% of those have won. So the last 5 years for the ES, 2 out of 3. Now, the majority of those are happening above a 200-day moving average, so it is a different environment. But I just wanted to point that out as well, because those stats were pretty weak, but this is not showing the same picture. So I'm a little conflicted on how I want to interpret that, but I will share the information and let you guys decide what you think. So good luck today, and we will see you later.